But what you're seeing this all over. Like you saw Walmart got rid of their DEI plan. There's a lot of companies getting rid of DEI policies. What you're starting to see here is a trend, which is that organizations and companies cutting ties with people or firing them because of public outrage campaigns over something they said or a joke they told or an opinion they had. Those days are coming to an end. Now, obviously, if you're a legitimate rapist or you've got swastika tattoos, that's a little different. But having opinions that are outside of the corporate approved talking points being a career-ending thing for folks, those days are coming to an end. And this is one of the last dying gasps on a very, very micro and irrelevant level of that mentality. People just aren't going to put up with it anymore. And there's a couple reasons for that. I think, the primary reason for that, really the nail in the coffin of that, I should say, was this election, where they can't write Trump 2016 off as a fluke anymore because it's happened 2 out of the last 3 times. Where you had, 76, 70, what's the number at now? Tell me in the comments on Rumble. 78 million people, I think, said, you know what? One of two things. Either fuck wokeness altogether, or, you know what? Maybe Trump's a little crass, but that's not a deal breaker to me. 78 million people said being offensive and crass and having some not so corporate approved opinions was no longer a deal breaker. So these companies went, oh, that doesn't matter anymore. We're not going to respond to these public outrage campaigns and let these people bully us just because it's a couple loud retards that make up 0.001% of the population on the internet. And that's what they're starting to figure out is the mandate was given that people just don't give a damn about the woke policies the way a lot of these corporations think they did. And that loud minority is exactly that. It's a minority. Because that's the thing. We've talked about it on the show before. Why we're very careful about sponsors on this show is if 10 people sit around with burner phones, and there are legitimate left-wing organizations that do this to kneecap right-wing talk shows, 10 people sit around in a room with burner phones and call up over and over and over again to these companies complaining about, trying to get sponsors yanked, they'll do it. They'll go, oh my God, we got 150 calls complaining about X, Y, or Z political talk show. We've got to cut ties with them and cancel this sponsorship. And that's exactly what they do. Even though it's only 10 people, and these 10 people may not give a damn. And the days of, there's a radio station I won't name, but there's a radio station that decided not too long ago, here in Omaha, where I'm from, that they were going to let the opinions of people who were never going to consume their content in the first place dictate the direction of their station. And that is a fatal mistake. Those days are over. Companies are wising up to it. They're also realizing that these people that start these online outrage campaigns trying to get people fired or deplatformed or sponsors yanked away or whatever, they don't actually spend money because a lot of them don't actually have money. Think about it. Think about the average person, not someone who's going to leave one nasty comment, but the average person that's going to either take part in or direct an outrage mob demanding that you fire this person or we're going to boycott your products. That person doesn't have a lot going on in their lives. People, not even successful people who are happy in life, people who are doing okay, they're stable financially, mentally, spiritually. They don't participate in online outrage mobs. So this is a very, very small, if any, portion of their potential customer base. So they're like, yeah, we'll roll the dice. It's just not worth it dealing with these loudmouth crybabies anymore. And they'll still try because they're used to getting their way, but it'll just turn into echo chambers, and then they'll get upset and they'll go back and cry some more. And then in a month, they'll consume the same products from Walmart or Sears or Sears is closed, isn't it? Walmart or Home Depot or whoever they're trying to cancel now. But those days are coming to a close. These companies aren't stupid. They're taking notes. It no longer matters. Now, that's a double-edged sword because the woke companies like Disney and Starbucks and whoever, They've also figured out that for a lot of conservatives and independent voters who have too much going on in their lives, the woke shit isn't necessarily a deal breaker for them either. They'll deal with the gay Avenger, right? They don't mind. You know, a black character that's playing a traditionally white character played by a black actress in a fairy tale movie isn't going to put the nail in the coffin to where the average Republican or independent voter says, yeah, I'm not dealing with you anymore. So that's a two-way street, is that they're figuring out that these culture war issues on both sides, the average consumer does not give a damn. They don't care that Joe Smith said we need to build the damn wall and deport all the illegals on Facebook, and now you're calling his manager at Home Depot. The average voter doesn't care that Home Depot didn't fire Joe Smith for that. The average voter is going to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, or Menards, depending on who has the best deal on whatever tool or product they need and who's closest to their house. That's basically what it boils down to. It's my 5th cup of coffee. I'm jittery. But the tides are turning nonetheless. People are done with this stupid game, is what you're seeing. You are witnessing the final dying breaths of cancel culture.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.